somebody, and I was tempted to do this. There was a conference in early December last month, 2012, at YIVO on the history of the YIVO library. And I was tempted I was invited and I went and gave a talk. I was tempted to speak about how big government rescued Yiddish culture. The National Endowment for the Humanities was critical to saving YIVO at a time when other sources of funding had dried up. Those sources were in the 60s and into the, really ending in the 60s and early 70s, were from the Claims Conference, the Conference of Jewish Material Conference on Jewish Material Claims against Nazi Germany. Those funds had supported bibliographical and other research projects at YIVO, and they were gone. What was YIVO's next step? They turned to Uncle Sam. NEH funded not just the library, not just the archives for projects, but projects that brought new blood into the organization. It also underwrote the academic arm, the Max Weinreich Center for Advanced Jewish Studies, and enabled YIVO, as a result, to bring in a cohort of young students and faculty like Barbara Kirschenblatt-Gimblett, who I consider a mentor of mine, even though I never actually studied with her. Don Miron was teaching when he was at Columbia. He would give a course every year at YIVO. And there was a synergy going on with this younger, academically and also Yiddish enthusiastly cohort. So who did I hang out with at YIVO? Not just the librarians, in fact, mainly not the librarians, but the students. And these were students, many of whom, or a fair number of whom, went on to, well, remained good friends and remained in the field. And these students, after the passage of time, had students of their own who are out there doing things. And what's more, though this came slightly later in my time there, just the presence of the amazing resources of YIVO attracted people like, at the time, Henry Saposnik, and Adrienne Cooper, who died last year. She came first, I believe, as a student, but I might be wrong about that, but she was the assistant director, and YIVO was where Kleskamp was born. And Kleskamp has spawned its own children. Now, I won't say that without NEH having planted this seed, this wouldn't have happened, but I don't think it would have happened quite in the same way, or possibly in as ramified a manner. I mean, people will always be searching, like I was, but the institutional basis might not have been there. So, so for me, YIVO in the late 70s was an amazing, amazing place. It was a place where I was cataloging books by Yosef Tunkel, which had parodies of Yiddish writers that I was reading, and I was able to get the joke as I was turning the pages and trying to figure out which subjects to assign to this book. And I was learning, especially the first couple of years I was there, every day I felt like I was learning amazing new things. Every day was a day that I looked forward to getting up and going to work and seeing what new knowledge I would be acquiring that day.